This is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm gonna talk about the Errol Spence, Lamont Peterson card. I'm gonna talk about the Fortuna fight first. That was a good fight between him and Robert Easton. It was a scrappy fight. It was entertaining. They both came into the fight, not liking each other, man, just doing all this crazy talking. You know how fighters do. But I thought Fortuna outworked Robert Easton, but I don't think he outworked him enough to get the victory. I thought it was a close fight. I thought it was a draw, and then if you're gonna say it's a draw and the other guy's a champion, man, I have to give it to the champion. Fortuna did get a point taken away from him. I thought he probably could have won the fight without discretion if he would have. First of all, he wouldn't have got that point taken away from him, and if he would have picked up the fight a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? If he'd have picked up the fight a little bit more, I thought he left a couple rounds out there that I thought either one could have won. That Robert Easter pulled the round out, but I just thought Fortuna. I thought he had opportunities to pick it up a little bit more, but he just didn't. He just left it out there. You can't do that when you fight, especially when you're fighting a champion and you're fighting on his card with his promoter. So I don't know if Fortuna is with Al Heyman. He may be with Al Heyman, but going back to Robert Easter, the dude do not know how to use his height, man. He does not use his height for that weight class that he's fighting at lightweight. He's 5'11", 6 feet. He should be using his reach and his height. Double jab, single jab, right hand down the pipe, man. But he just cannot do it, man. And I know I listened to other people's podcasts, and people were saying that he needed to fire his trainer. I think that was 78 podcast I listened to. But at this point, it's not even about the trainer, because Robert Easter is too far in his career for somebody to come in there and revamp him and make him fight tall. Unless you get somebody like Emmanuel Stewart. Emmanuel Stewart has passed away. God, I mean, what I'm saying, rest in peace, Emmanuel Stewart. But he's about the only one I know that can fix this man, because he did fix Klitschko, and he did fix he fixed Klitschko, because Klitschko was having his chin out there, leaning in. You know what I'm saying? Getting hit. He did fix Lennox Lewis. So that's about the only guy I can see fixing him, man. But at this stage, see, Robert Easter likes to fight. He's just like Paul Williams. Paul Williams gave up his height, same way, because they just like to fight. It's just in their DNA. You're not gonna really change it. You can maybe come in there and tweak some things, and maybe they can fight. He can fight tall for a couple rounds, but as soon as he get hit, he gonna go back to what he know. I mean, his instincts is he want to fight, and nobody corrected it in the gym a long time ago. That's when you're supposed to correct. You're supposed to correct this stuff in the gym. You can't expect to go from the gym fighting one way and getting in the fight and fighting another way, completely fighting a different style. So he cannot beat Mikey Garcia. I know people picked him to beat Mikey. No, Mikey Garcia would stop him. Stop it. Mikey Garcia would stop Robert Easter, man. He have his chin too much in the pocket, leaning down. First of all, it's just, and Mikey Garcia is a technician. He's a guy that will take advantage of all your mistakes. He come from a boxing family. I know Robert Easter do too. But Garcia is just well too, man. He's well skilled. He's not great at everything, but he's really, really good at something. And then he got power for that weight. You know what I'm saying? So I just think Robert Easter cannot beat. Now he may be able to beat Lenoris. Lenoris is a guy that got pretty good height at that weight class, and he got fast hands. But Lenoris is known to start leaking in the ring. You know what I'm saying? He's a bleeder, so he got a chance to beat him. But he's not finna beat no Mikey Garcia. That you can hang that up. He barely beat Fortuna. You know what I'm saying? And Cries and he should give Fortuna a rematch. It should be maybe an immediate rematch, because excuse me, if Fortuna didn't get that point taken away from hitting Robert Easter in the back of the head, and he did hit him in the back of the head a couple times, and he repeatedly held him and hit him. So that point was he should have got that point taken away from him. That was a point that he should have got taken away from him. He got to be more disciplined than that. Can't hit guys in the back of the head, especially when the referee warns you a couple times. That would have been a draw. So he should run that back instead of calling out Mikey Garcia right now and need to go in the gym and finish working on his craft, learning how to fight tall, man, because you're gonna get yourself hurt. But going to the Errol Spence, Lamont Peterson fight, Errol Spence did impress me in the fight from this standpoint. I thought Peterson would be able to survive 12 rounds. I did have Errol Spence winning, but I thought Peterson would do things to be able to survive the fight, and and be able to do some things against Errol Spence. But I don't know what he was doing. He was caught in between what he wanted to do. He didn't put Errol Spence completely on his back foot, and himself, he didn't use angles and he didn't use his feet. He was in the middle of, he was right at the point of Errol Spence's sweet spot where you don't want to be. He was in between trying to push him back and stand on the outside, and you can't do that. And then he was using the earmuffs defense. Why would you use the earmuffs defense against I don't understand. Why would you use the earmuff defense, stand in front of a guy, and don't even throw punches? Now, if he's using the earmuff defense and using using angles and throwing his punches himself, okay, it's fine, because you're keeping the other guy off balance, so he's not really gonna throw a whole lot of punches to put a whole lot of damage on you. But all he was doing was taking damage. Then eventually you take so much damage that you don't have anything for the back end, and then you're fighting in pain, you're fighting hurt, you're fighting discouraged. I thought after the knockdown, I thought Peterson, I thought he was just discouraged. I mean, he went back to his corner. Barry Hunter said, "I told you not to fight him like that. I told you use your jab," which is true. If you're going to be in the earmuff position, you have to throw your jab. You have to throw jabs to keep the man off balance, to let the man know that something's going to come back. You can't just stand there with your earmuffs up. But hey, give credit to Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? He won in impressive fashion. You know what I'm saying? I love stoppages. I love knockouts, and hey, that's what he provided. So on to the next, man. I think Peterson's not gonna beat none of the top guys, man. He's just not gonna beat none of the top guys. I mean, if you're not gonna beat none of the top guys, I guess he can fight for a little money. You know what I'm saying? But sport of boxing is not the sport to you want to hang around just for checks, because you can get hurt. It's not basketball, or you know what I'm saying. It's not basketball, tennis, or none of those, golf and all that stuff where you know what I'm saying, you're not really that successful as you used to be in your prime, and you just stand around, you know what I'm saying, collecting checks. You can't collect checks in boxing, man. You collect a lot of butt whoopings. That's all you're gonna collect. So, and he gonna end up being a gatekeeper. So I don't think he wants to be that. So you know what I'm saying, Lamont Peterson, if he invests his money pretty good, I'm pretty sure he probably got some good investments, some businesses going on. I think he just go ahead and just hang it up, man. I think if you're not gonna compete, you know what I'm saying, be able to compete against the top, what's the sense of doing it? You know what I'm saying? What, you gonna win a couple fights against journeymen and go right back in there, fight a top guy and lose again? I mean, you're just gonna keep on losing. So, in my opinion, I just think he should go ahead and retire. Errol Spence, I know he waiting on Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman should go ahead and announce this warm-up fight, get this warm-up fight on. And I expect Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling for Keith Thurman to fight Errol Spence this year. I know he had an elbow injury. He's having significant time to rest his elbow. He's about to fight a warm-up fight, so we can see what happens with that. And to me, he'll know in training camp for this warm-up fight if his elbow can survive. Now, if he don't feel any pain in the training camp, he goes to the fight, don't feel any pain. After the fight, maybe 2-3 days after the fight, you don't feel no pain, you should go ahead and make the fight with Errol Spence, man. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman is losing some respect out here, not due to what he's doing wrong. I don't think Keith Thurman is doing anything wrong. I just think these fans are a little fickle. They calling Keith Thurman a coward. I never seen Keith Thurman display any cowardness, period. Every time it was time to step up to fight, he fought. So it is what it is. But I do, if everything go well with his elbow, because he has to be 100% to fight Spence. He knows that. What people don't understand is Keith Thurman has already recognized that Errol Spence is real good. He knows that he has to be 100% to fight this guy. He has, and I agree. He has to be 100% to fight Errol Spence Jr. to be able to fight and be on his A game. I still think Keith Thurman can beat Errol, because Keith Thurman got all the tools to beat Errol Spence, but he has to be healthy to implement the game plan. Because Errol Spence he's strong, he's determined, he's hungry, he got a vicious body attack, he got great stamina, he's always in shape. So, you know what I'm saying? If Keith Thurman matched that, those intangibles, Keith Thurman got a little bit more than me. Keith Thurman got more footwork, more angles. Keith Thurman got power that's probably comparable or maybe even more explosive power than Errol Spence. So, you know, Keith Thurman just need to get ready, fight this tune-up, and just mentally get prepared for Errol Spence, man. This is By Salt 8576. I'm out.